people will say, oh, I've never been in a relationship, I've never had certain experiences, and think that it's impossible that they'll ever have them. But life is an impossibility in itself. If you really think about it, the odds of you being born, you being conceived are impossible, let alone the internet, the pyramids, all these different amazing things in life are impossible. If you are saying, oh, well, it's impossible for me to ever have friends, it's impossible for me to ever get into a relationship because based off of my past experiences, okay, maybe it is impossible. But so was you being born. That was also impossible and it still somehow happened. Look around, everything's impossible. Now, I'm not consistent with this, but something that I like to do is to watch a TV show in Spanish, specifically a teen TV show. Pero yo quiero practicar mi español porque yo necesito viajar. La comida, la pizza de Argentina, muy deliciosa. Pero no puedo hablar como las personas. Cuando estoy hablando en español es muy interesante a la gente quien no puede hablar español. ¡Oh, wow! Pero a la gente puede hablar en español muy feo. Mi español es muy feo. La gente me pregunta, chica, ¿de dónde eres? Oh, los Estados Unidos. Sí, pero el acento es muy extraño. Sí, muchas gracias. No quiero hacer el video porque no quiero oír mi español. Es la vida. Yo quiero practicar mi español porque mi español es mi edad. Mis frases, mis palabras, mi gramática, todo mi español es mi edad. Pero yo quiero viajar a los otros países como México, Guatemala, Colombia, pero es muy difícil para mí hablar con las personas porque yo estudiaba el idioma por 4 años durante mi tiempo en la escuela. Pero yo vivía en España por 2 meses en Sevilla, pero el acento es muy difícil, el acento de Andalucía y el acento de España es muy difícil para mí, pero el acento de Colombia es muy hermosa porque es más fácil, pero yo puedo entender las personas generalmente, especialmente los niños, y no conozco la palabra en español, pero en inglés, teenagers, las palabras malas es muy difícil para mí porque cada país es muy diferente. Como en inglés, la Inglaterra, ¿Qué dijiste? Wales, Scotland. No puedo entender la gente, pero en una otra idioma es más difícil. Me gusta ver los programas en español de Colombia o México porque el acento es más fácil para mí. No puedo ver La Casa del Papel, no puedo entender las personas. Pero ahora voy a ver, se llama Siempre Bruja y sobre una bruja y ella necesita viajar al futuro porque el amor de ella es muerte, bla 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 bla. Mi español es mierda, rápidamente. Ay, chica, ¿cómo estás? No sé, no lo sé. ¿Y tú? ¿Cómo estás? Girl, I literally was spilling tea and everything. I was keeping you in the loop about what's going on, and my footage got deleted again, you know? Mercury retrograde energy. I'm gonna take that as a sign to just... I'll talk about something else instead. So, I'm gonna be doing my makeup because I'm gonna be filming for YouTube and I'm gonna be filming a TikTok. When it comes to a nighttime routine, I feel like it's nice to just reset, relax. I mean, are you kidding me? You've done so much during the day, whether it's school, staying at home with the kids, working, all these different things, and then you're expected to do more work in your nighttime routine. That's crazy. It's definitely nice that we're more focused on self-care, self-love. I remember there was the era where we were trying to be productive at night. Are you kidding me? Why? I feel like it's hard to achieve your dreams or have hobbies because so many of us are depleted. For example, when you're working a 9-to-5 job that you hate, or you're in university or school for a subject that you hate, you're not gonna have the energy to go after your dreams and to do all these different things. That's why so many Nepo babies are successful, because they have the privilege and the time. They don't have to work these jobs. For example, actors, they're working so many different jobs just to stay afloat, because think about it, the places with the most opportunities are also the most expensive cities as well. I mean, you can make the argument, well, when you're passionate about something, you make the time, which yeah, I agree with to a certain extent, but you know, you also have to pay the bills. If you're feeling bad about not achieving your dreams or not going after your hobbies or not going after creative pursuits, don't feel bad about yourself. Even if you're not physically doing anything, even if you're unemployed, even if you're not in school, existing is mentally taxing enough. You're trying your best, and that's what matters, period. My TikTok, which you should follow, GLEs. I'm gonna change my username because I need to have a cohesive username across my platforms, but I have a TikTok. It's always linked down below, and my TikToks have been performing very well. People from my real life have been telling me that they come across my profile, which makes me feel a certain way. At the end of the day, I do want to be a content creator. We're just going with the vibes. My point is that my TikToks were the most successful when I was unemployed and not in school. Like, I was still making TikToks and stuff. I didn't have the time to experiment and find what would catch and what would, work out. I just detangled my hair. I like to do this because it just makes my afro puff look better in the morning. For my skincare routine, I'm gonna walk you through the products. I always put on deodorant before I go to bed because the thing about me is that if I don't stay on top of my hygiene, I'm gonna be a stinky dinky. I'm gonna be like Shrek. I'm gonna be smelling funky. And so I put on deodorant. The only deodorant that I have found that has worked the best is Degree 72-Hour Motion Scents. I like the scent White Flowers and Lychee. That's the best one. It smells so good and it actually lasts. Like, obviously I apply it. Like, I apply it in the morning when I wake up, and then I apply it after I shower. So I do it 2 times a day, I guess. But I don't need to do it 2 times a day. I just do it as a preemptive measure. And then also, I don't know if I'm going to explain this in my morning routine, but I'll just say here, if you stay to the video, you get all the tea, you get all the life hacks. If you also deal with BO, try the Ordinary, or I guess just glycolic acid. This is the Ordinary glycolic acid, 7% toning solution. Take a little cotton ball, wipe it under your armpits, and like here and here and here. You can go under your boobs if you're feeling crazy, because it also collects sweat and stuff. Let it dry for a little bit, and then put on your deodorant. I swear, you're going to be smelling so good, especially if you're about to like buy new clothes and stuff. That's another thing. A lot of your clothes may carry smell, so just be mindful that even if you may be smelling good in the moment, if your clothes aren't smelling the best, and you may say, oh, we'll just wash them, obviously, oh, well, yeah, duh, Sherlock. But sometimes if you wear something, a lot of times it gets trapped in the fabric and gets trapped in the cloth, and you won't smell it until your body heat activates it. You'll put on a cute top, you'll think, oh my god, I look cute, I smell good, and then half an hour later, an hour later, you'll say, is that me? What happened? Well, that could be the culprit. And this summer, we're not trying to be stinky girl summer. We're trying to be sexy, smell good girls, period. I don't deal with acne too much, but I deal with hyperpigmentation because I was a silly little high schooler. When I had a pimple, occasionally, I'd take a safety needle and just like poke it to like make it bust, which is actually insane if you think about it. And so now I just have acne scars. You can see like the discoloration and stuff. I don't know, babes, but we'll see. So I use castor oil, pure castor oil, and I use it as a face mask. I started using this a couple of days ago, and it's supposed to help with like hyperpigmentation and stuff. I don't know. I'll let you guys know how it goes, but I'll keep you updated. And then I also use tretinoin. Ooh, my friend gave it to me. He had an unopened one and he said, oh, move, do you want to have it? I said, oh, of course I do. He's like, just be careful with it and stuff. I was like, thank you. So how it goes is I'll put on the castor oil as a face mask and leave it on for an hour, and then I'll go shower, and then in the shower I use the Cetaphil Daily Facial Cleanser, combination to oily sensitive skin. I use that to wash it off. Sometimes I use an exfoliator. Oh, I know it's bad, blah blah blah. And then afterwards I use the tretinoin, and then I use Vaseline to lock it in, and my face feels nice, delicious, juicy, and wonderful. But a little goes a long way with tretinoin. A pea-sized amount, it covers all of these areas. And then always make sure you use sunscreen in the morning. But don't worry, I'm going to talk about that in my morning routine. But I like to use Noxzema Classic Clean Original, made with real eucalyptus extract. I like to use that to take off my makeup if I've just been having a lot of makeup on. I just want my skin to feel refreshed. Or if I have a few pimples here and there. Be mindful, the smell is very strong, okay? When I wore Halloween costumes when I was a kid, my mother would always use this to take off my makeup. And I was like, I don't want to wear it, get it off of me, because I hated the smell so much. But I guess at some point during adulthood, I said, ooh la la. I like to keep my skincare pretty minimal. I find the less that I do, the better. I have been in a reading slump, okay? I've not been able to find a book that just clicks for me. I wanted to read Once Upon a Broken Heart. Got 50% through it, but I just can't get into it. I really love Jax, but I don't really care about the protagonist. I think her name is Evangeline. I think it's the writing style too, but I love Jax, but it's not enough. I really started, what is it called, by Abby Jimenez. A funny story? No, that's Emily Henry. It's the last book she just came out with. Oh my gosh, it's everything I wanted, because every single adult romance, the second that the two characters meet, oh man, like look at her boob, she's so hot, oh man, the things I do to her. Why am I reading this book? I can find that in real life. And so I'm reading this book, and he like saw a picture of her and he was like, oh, she's cute. Like it wasn't anything like super objective. I mean, I don't know if this is YA or not, but I assumed it was adult. It's hilarious. The guy is just this is my first Abby Jimenez book, and I'm also super excited for Before I Let Go, but that's more of a heavier book. I wonder if it's gonna be a slow burn. Someone made a comment that I have found family in it, or I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of a different book. So happy that I have a book that I actually like. But they're having a conversation on the phone, and it's the most adorable thing ever because he asks so many questions. I know it's the bare minimum. He is literally what I want in a guy. I mean, I haven't read enough about him to know for sure if he'd make a book boyfriend, but he's doing what I want so far. He's a yapper, okay? I made a whole entire TikTok about this, about yappers. I said that, you know, at first I wanted the mysterious, quiet guy, but they're a mystery for a reason, babe. Leave them alone. I did my time with the quiet guys. Never again. The thing is, he's asking her so many things. He was like, okay, tell me your day from start to finish. And then she said, oh, like I start off with coffee. He's like, how do you like your coffee? He is one of those math equation people who ask questions within questions, and I love that so much. People just are not good at conversations these days. I don't know what is in the air. I don't know what this generation is doing. I know I sound like a boomer, but just so, it's not even this specific generation. Millennials, whoever comes after millennials, like it doesn't matter. But the thing is, he's not just like asking questions like an interview. He's really getting to know her. Arguably one of the funniest book guys I've ever read in my whole entire life. But the conversation isn't sexualized or sexy or like, oh, innuendos everywhere. It's just so cute. Call me a wackadoodle. He is asking her how she drinks her coffee, how she takes her eggs, like her breakfast orders and stuff. I feel that he is going to pull a Ryan Shea, and he is going to remember this. Ryan Shea, if you don't know, he is from the book The Right Move. If you are an acts of service person like I am, like that is one of your top love languages, you need to read about Ryan Shea. First, you need to read Mile High. At first, I didn't want to read Mile High because it's very much giving player energy, but I did really like Mile High because I like their individual stories. I mean, I like them together, obviously, but each of them grapples with a bunch of different things. Like the guy, he grapples with like family issues, and then the woman, she deals with like body issues and like people walking all over her and stuff, which I related to all of those things. And it's just like the little things too. For example, she drinks coffee, but she likes it iced. Instead of having it watered down, he would literally make coffee, put it in the refrigerator for her so it's nice and cold, but it's not watered down. He did a bunch of other things. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I will be so mad if like this book takes a complete 180, it becomes over sexualized. This has the potential to be a 5-star, which is insane because I haven't had a 5-star yet this year. I had a 4.5, which was Legendborn. Really good fantasy book, I highly recommend. But most of the books I've been reading have been 3 stars. So there's something kind of stereotypical that just happened in the book, but maybe there's an explanation for it. Like I said, I loved Ryan Shea, but I wouldn't date Ryan Shea like in real life because I prefer more of the like golden retriever, lighthearted guys. And this is exactly what Justin is. Justin is like if Ryan Shea chose happiness. So I'm going to go to bed now. Thank you so much for watching this nighttime routine. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below if you have just any recommendations for anything, whether it's videos you want me to film or books you want me to read, stuff you want me to talk about, etc. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.